A religion has certain hallmarks. It has superstitious beliefs at its core. There's probably some text which highlights and outlines those superstitious beliefs. There are temples, there are places where these gatherings take place. The religious congregation has a superstition or a supernatural belief system that they are catering to do certain rituals for no scientific reason. Will gatherings and meetings of atheists make atheism yet another religious sort of phenomenon, even though atheism starts with skepticism? One thing though, atheism doesn't always start with skepticism. In atheism can start for a variety of reasons, but ideally, yes, atheism should start with skepticism. And you know what? Like, even like I've heard a lot of people say that atheism is another religion because you've got Richard Dawkins and Charles Darwin, and you have your saints like Hitchens, and these are the people you worship. And you also gather in places, especially when I was going to PsychOn, like you guys gather in places and you have meetings and all sorts of things. I'm like, yeah, because people have meetings and all sorts of things. And it's just because we're gathering in one place and just because we are talking about the issues that we're facing doesn't mean that we are a religion. A religion has certain hallmarks. It has superstitious beliefs at its core. There's probably some text which highlights and outlines those superstitious beliefs. There are temples, there are places where these gatherings take place, not with each other. That social gathering is a social gathering. There's nothing much else you can do about it. But the actual congregation, the religious congregation, has a superstition or a supernatural belief system that they are catering to do certain rituals for no scientific reason. When atheists meet, we talk to bitch about our lives, just one thing. We also talk about the issues that we see around us in society, which is caused by religion, and that we can see clearly, but the religious can't because we have had those rose tinted glasses taken off. And we can see the world for what it really is. And with some applied skepticism, we can really address those problems. And maybe we can come together and do activism to fix those problems in our society. So that's what atheism does. That's what skepticism does as well. That just because we meet up and have a relatively common belief system doesn't mean that we all believe the same things, because lots of atheists have a huge variety of different thought processes that they take on, because everybody is having their own experience. They're looking at the world through their own eyes. There is no doctrine that we are all absorbing at one go. We all, if we are skeptics, believe the scientific method, but we don't hold the scientific method as dogma. We will change with the evidence. Will have our minds change with the evidence, and we're totally fine with that. If we are proven wrong about something, hopefully, we will also change our minds about whatever position we've been standing on. There's no fear of atheism becoming another religion, because even in the atheistic movement, atheism is basically the position, a response to one question: do you believe in a god or gods? And the answer is no. Or we don't necessarily believe that until we have been convinced that a god or gods exist. And that's it. There is nothing else to that position. There is no dogma, there is no literature for specifically atheism and how atheists should be and what they should believe.